when it comes to Canada being looked at as the 51st state, let me just state it again, that's never going to happen. Canadians define themselves a whole bunch of different ways, but one of the ways that we all use as shorthand is we're Canadian because we're not American. It was a good day here in Washington today. Obviously started with the funeral, the state funeral for President Jimmy Carter, who was not just a good friend to me and to my fathers, but especially a good friend to Canada. His leadership, his impact, his humanitarianism, his compassion, his service left a profound mark, not just on the United States, but on the entire world, and he remains an inspiration to all those who serve and lead. I've also been engaging on the issue of the terrible wildfires in California. I've been back and forth exchanging with Governor Newsom of California, and our officials have been closely in touch with American officials to ensure that we're offering firefighters, resources, planes, ships, whatever is needed. Unfortunately, Canada has developed a significant amount of expertise in wildfires that are encroaching on suburban and urban areas. This is something that we're all going to have to deal with more in the world over the coming decades with the impacts of climate change, and we are certainly there to help our American friends. The issue, of course, of Canada-U.S. relations also came up a number of times today. You know, when it comes to Canada being looked at as the 51st state, let me just state it again, that's never going to happen. Canadians define themselves a whole bunch of different ways, but one of the ways that we all use as shorthand is we're Canadian because we're not American, and that is not going to change. In regards to tariffs and the business community, I had some very good and productive meetings with a number of business leaders here in Washington, D.C. Jay Timmons of the National Association of Manufacturers, Joshua Bolton of the Business Roundtable here in the United States, to emphasize that we have become incredibly successful as countries, as economies, as a continent, because we do things so well together. We create jobs on both sides of the border. We create growth. We create opportunities for investors and business people, continuing to work together and avoiding unnecessary tariffs on goods and products from Canada is in our interest to continue to move forward, both from an American perspective and a Canadian perspective. So we're going to continue to stand up for the interests of workers and consumers on both sides of the border, because there is no relationship in the world like that between Canada and the United States as defined by a win-win for both of us. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Thank you very much.
And he also previously said on Twitter that there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would become a part of the United States. Workers and communities in both our countries benefit from being each other's biggest trading partner and security partner. And this comes after Trump said on Truth Social that many people in Canada love being the 51st state. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs, taxes would go way down, and there would be total security from the threat of Russia and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be. And I actually don't disagree with a lot of that.